We are here at the SIGB on snow test in La Clusaz, January 2025. And we've been skiing all week. We've been skiing on freeride skis and all mountain skis, but also on piste skis as well. And you can check out all our individual reviews of our piste skis on In the Snow mag on YouTube. But we have now picked out some of our favourites, or at least a few of our favourite on-piste skis, to tell you why these are our favourites. So why don't you kick that off, Sam?
Well, you know, I would love to kick it off, but I think we should hand over to the racer.
Oh gosh.
Our FIS racer, Elsa, who FIS winner.
Thank you.
What do we got here?
So we have the Dynastar Elite 7 women's piste ski. When I brought this out, both of them were quite surprised that this was my pick. I did ski on some proper race skis today, and you know, sometimes you just got to think, I mean, who's going to be buying a race ski? Sometimes it's not always the most popular choice. So I was trying to go, right, okay, I like a race ski, but what would a really good piste ski be for someone who's going to be buying one? So I had a lot of fun on the Elite 7 today. It was super easy, super accessible. It was really nice for long and short turns. It kind of gave you both of the options. So with the side cut, which is the difference in width between the tip, middle and tail, it's quite an aggressive one. It's 70 underfoot, which, you know, it is going on the smaller side. I did some 66s today, but 70 is still quite small. And with that side cut, it basically means that you're going to be able to do nice short radius turns. But this thing also performed amazingly in the long radius turns. Yeah, as a racer, you know what? Sometimes the skis you don't think might be your cup of tea are in fact the whole roast dinner, and these kind of did it for me in that kind of way.
The whole roast dinner, I love it.
I like a cup of tea with a roast dinner.
Well, I'm super impressed because I've seen how much pressure you put on the edge when you turn. So you know, that ski to hold up to it, and presumably it's accessible for you know, less strong skiers.
Yeah, for sure. So with Dynastar, they have the hybrid 2.0 technology, which is slightly different to how they've done it before, where it's 3 different types of wood put in different directions all over the ski, and they've tried to take out fiberglass as an environmental thing, and if they do use resin, it's biodegradable. So I think having that really strong wood core gave me the option to really push through and generate speed. It gave it the stability and the strength. I felt really good and responsive. So I think having that, yeah, just turned it into a really nice accessible ski.
Brilliant. Well, so I chose the Rossignol Forza Master. And interesting, you're talking about the environmental impact on some of the wood and the way they treat wood. Yeah. And Rossignol also go with a very environmentally friendly wood, a poplar core. So this ski is their most, I guess, their most advanced piste ski. It's not a race ski, but you could be forgiven for thinking it is one, because the Master series has the base plate under the binding. It also has a titanal sheet that runs up the entire length of the ski. But what they've also done is they've got a little V-shaped cut along the middle of the ski that kind of, you take out material and actually you add to the stiffness of the ski, and that's actually the torsional stiffness. Yep. So this is the Forza ski. They make a 70 Master, which is the top ski, which is this one. I loved it because you could be really aggressive, and it just kept on giving short turns, longer turns, felt stable at speed. You'd expect that, but you know, you want that, yeah, right? And not the ideal conditions today because it was a little bumpy on the piste, and it loved it. You know, it sucked up all the vibrations and bumps. Rossignol make this ski in a 60 and a 50 and a 40. And if you're not necessarily an expert or super advanced skier, then you might go for the 50, which is a very accessible ski to progress your carving. So Rossignol, with this ski, the Forza, they've got the full range for all abilities.
You look like you're having a lot of fun on it as well.
I was, and I'm not a piste skier like you. I mean, I wish I could carve an edge like you, but I have to say this made me feel great. Well, and yeah, I got low to the snow, which is what you're supposed to do, right?
If you give me a mogul lesson.
Okay, you're on. And
if you look over at Rob's skis, he's got the craziest top sheet that I've seen.
Yeah, I have. Well, interesting. Before I get to this, I also love the Forza range, and I've tried quite a few few of them, and I think it's a proper ski, serious ski. The Master is great fun to ski on. And interestingly, I also skied on the men's version, if you like, of the Dynastar Elite earlier, which is the Speed 450. I think very, very similar lines to what you were saying. Very nice, accessible piste ski, and that range 450, 550, 650 is a really interesting ski. So I'm very glad you picked that up.
But what about you? Are you on the way to the World Cup? What's going on?
Yeah, well, yes, you see, this is a ski for people that are not FIS ski racers, but want to look like one, right? Because if you turn up with this little yellow baby here, people are going to look at that and go, ooh, he must be a good skier.
But it must have the tech as well. That looks like a great ski. It must be a great ski.
Yeah, so the reason I've picked this is not only because of the individual ski that I skied today, which was the race slalom version, 165 centimeters, 1,000 pounds with bindings, but the whole range of this is a new range from Fischer, and I got on this on the piste, and you know what, it felt so good. It felt really powerful, but even though this is one of the higher ones in the range in terms of, you know, suited to ability level, I didn't find it particularly hard ski to ski on. It wasn't like a full-on race ski where you're thinking, oh, I've got to really work each turn. It seemed to just, you know, if you wanted to sort of mellow out and cruise around on it, it kind of handled that, which is what I liked. Now, what's happened with this is the Noize range, and Fischer, you know, some people are probably going to say, well, that sounds a bit, what I'm going to tell you, sounds a bit gimmicky, doesn't it? So what they've done, the Noize is all about music and silk, and musical instruments like violins and string instruments use silk to kind of dampen and smoothen the sound. Now, what we want with skis normally is to have a nice damp, smooth feel to the ski. So what Fischer have done is taken that silk and weaved it through the core of the ski. And so there's a silk layer in the ski, and I kind of think that's, well, I don't know of any other skis that have silk in them.
That's the first I've ever heard of a silky ski.
Now, I mean, people used to say in the day, Sam, and I think still now, I'll say this, is you know those silky smooth turns that you could make, and now Fischer have caught onto that, and they've actually made a ski that produces silky smooth turns. So I think, look at this whole range, the Noize, it's coming out for the 2025-26 season. I really enjoyed skiing on the one ski in this range. You can see that review on the YouTube channel, but you know, I'm looking forward to trying them all.
Well, I mean, I have to say, there you have it. I mean, talk about ski brands, a Fischer, a Dynastar and a Rossignol. I mean, these brands have been around for a long time.
Yeah.
They all know how to make skis.
Yeah, they do.
So it's no surprise that our best of piste skis come from some of the biggest brands out there.
It's a really interesting point, Sam. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, these people, they put so much money into developing, research and developing their skis, and Fischer aren't going to come out with some kind of gimmick just because it sounds nice. I mean, I'm sure the marketing guys were jumping
Apparently
up and
it
down.
does sound nice. Your noisy.
I reckon the
skis.
marketing guys must have been jumping up and down with joy when the developer, the development department said they're sticking silk into the skis. I mean, what a story for those guys. But you know, it's not a gimmick. I think these skis definitely felt smooth and silky. I can't play the violin, but you know,
You can play the drums.
Well, yes, I like making a bit of noise.
So that's it for our 2026 piste ski faves. And if you want to check out the full version, go and look at it in the Snow Mag.